Good evening, I'm Mallory Maddox.
And I'm John Eisler. We begin with local breaking news, a very unusual situation at the federal courthouse in downtown Omaha.
The case involving a high school football player goes before a judge with a sense of urgency, all because of a game being played tonight.
Joe Chiodo was there and joins us live in the studio.
John, we were the only ones in the courtroom, and it is very unusual. It centers around this play right here. We showed it to you earlier this week. It happened this past Friday. Now, Omaha Central's Brandon Wagner, he hit and injured a Creighton Prep player. Wagner was then ejected after that from that game. According to the rules, once ejected, well, you must sit out the following game as well. For Brandon, that game is in just an hour, and it is his senior homecoming game. I just got back from the courthouse where about 40 minutes ago, after a full hearing, the judge ruled in favor of the NSAA, the group that makes the rules for high school football. Brandon will not be allowed to play in tonight's game. Representing Brandon in court were his parents, and speaking for them was school board representative Justin Wayne. Wayne didn't argue whether the player that Brandon hit was defenseless, which is what the NSAA is saying, but rather he argued a bigger issue at hand, that there is no appeals process allowed for those ejection calls. He also says there's no communication to parents of rulings that happen on the field. They asked the judge to allow Brandon to play tonight because they believe those rules need changed. I talked to Brandon and his mom after the judge sided with the NSAA. They both still can't believe this is all over a hit that they think is legal.
The hit was not illegal. The hit was not a targeted hit. And so I still feel like nothing really was, we're nowhere still. When he goes out next Friday and he's on the offense and he's supposed to block, how do you block?
And in court, a lawyer for the NSAA, they stood by the fact that that hit was illegal, and Brandon put another player as well as himself in danger. John and Mallory, we're going to have much more on this tonight at 10.